And next is Jody Saunders from Russell, Ontario. And then our last question will be from Jessica. Thank you.
Thanks. Given Canada's continuously changing role in Afghanistan, I'd like to know, what does your party plan to do with Canada's mission in Afghanistan, to stay or to leave? And if you want to stay, for how long and in what role?
Sorry, I was just getting this other directions. Rick, would you like to go first, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
We've made a decision as a government that, in agreement with, again, another opportunity where we did have a vote on the floor of the House of Commons, foreign affairs issue that obviously has an impact on this country from one side to the other, and the decision was to leave Afghanistan at the beginning of July of next year, and obviously from a combative role by the end of by December 2012. And our involvement there will continue, but it will be a training. We'll continue our training work that we've done there. We have 3 signature projects in Afghanistan: the Dalla Dam, the eradication of polio, and the construction of 50 education schools in Afghanistan. The Dalla Dam has actually come a long way and very close to completion. In terms of eradication of polio, we actually are working as the lead country on that issue. We've actually built, I believe, 18 of the 50 schools so far in Afghanistan. I think despite all of what we may talk about in terms of our involvement there, we have made great progress on the ground in Afghanistan in terms of assistance. And our role will continue. We need to see the success of that. We continue to train under the Afghan Compact, the responsibilities of training 80,000 soldiers, 72,000 police officers. Canada plays a significant role in that, the leadership of that training as well, and hopefully to be able to turn over the country to itself. And we feel that our involvement there has gone on a long time, and it is time for us to move on. But that doesn't mean that we're going to leave entirely. We're going to maintain that training opportunity and stability that we believe is necessary.
Thank you. Peggy.
Well, we take a different view. Our view is that we need to bring our troops home now, that we should not have extended the mission yet again in Afghanistan, that there are no measurables that we're saying this is our goal, and when we achieve this, we will return our troops. And yet we have extended, albeit in a different form, our mission in Afghanistan. And I've not been to Afghanistan, but I think it's awfully difficult in the violence and the war that is taking place there to say that our troops will strictly be in a training mission, because I think they're still going to be in harm's way. I think that we will still see Afghan civilians dying, and I think if we want to help Afghans in one of the very poorest, direst countries of the world, we're better to invest in food, in housing, in job creation, and not in a military capacity. I think what that has just done is extended the chaos in Afghanistan, and that keeping our troops there is not going to end that chaos anytime soon.
Thank you. And Bob, please.
Having agreed with Peggy so often tonight, I really have to part company with her on this question, because, first of all, we're not there alone. We're there with 60 other countries that are trying to do something to help this country emerge from a terrible civil war. We have major issues between Afghanistan and Pakistan on the border. We have, it's a complicated situation. It's a difficult one. The UN has asked us to stay engaged as a country, and I think our real work has to take 3 forms. We have to keep working on the security framework for the country, so that we do have a stable security framework. It's not there yet. We have to keep trying to get there. We also have to work harder on development. One of the things I disagree with the government on is I don't think they put enough money into the development side in Afghanistan in the next round. And I think we have to have a much more sophisticated and present diplomatic strategy. Reconciliation within Afghanistan, reconciliation within Pakistan, and between Afghanistan and Pakistan. And that's the direction we have to go in, I think. And I think the more we think as Canadians to say, this is our mission and we're here to do this as a country, well, when you actually go there, you realize we're part of a much bigger project. And it isn't just the Americans who are engaged in the project. There's a great many other countries that are there, all connected to it. So I think it's important for us to see it in that perspective.
Thank you. And
I got this.
oh, you got some. Water, anyone? Okay.
I'm okay.
And then Rebecca, please.
People were very good.
Talk too much.
Well, we agree that the NATO combat mission for our troops needs to end immediately. Any further involvement in Afghanistan, we have to balance our 3 Ds: development, diplomacy, and defense. The combat role needs to change. We need to go back to more of the UN role that we've had in past as peacekeepers. I would be remiss to talk about the Afghan issue without demanding that we have absolute transparency on the Afghan detainees issue. We can't, in good conscience, send Canadian men and women there when there's this controversy about how we handle detainees. That puts them at risk. It's irresponsible. That is not a history that we want for Canada, and we need absolute transparency now on that issue.
Thank you.